born in the UK. How old were you when you moved back to KL?
I moved back for good when I was about 4 and a bit.
I mean, what was it like growing up, you know, as a biracial kid in 70s, 80s Ipoh?
Never really felt that way. I mean, race was never an issue. I think the way I was brought up, I mean, even at 4 or 5, I mean, we never really saw color or never talked about it.
And most of us remember you as the actress who played in who played such a controversial role in the movie Perempuan Istri dan ... But not many know how the feedback, you know, negative or positive, affected you. How did it affect you and your family?
Well, at that point, this story could take forever, but
we have 3 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so don't say anything while I'm talking. Well, you know, at that point when Yue came back from the States and he wanted to you know, and it was a huge thing. Everybody was, you know, welcoming this new wave director, and you know, he had this script that everybody was talking about, and you know, and suddenly you had all this audition advertisements in the papers. And when he came along and I saw that ad, I said, you know, I really got to nail this audition. I've really got to do this, because I've got to prove not only to my parents that, you know, I really want to do this, but prove something to myself that I can do it. And I must be worth something, you know what I mean? And it took me about four auditions and a couple more meetings with Yue until he, you know, conceded and he said yes, because the primary objection to him wanting to have me as Zaleha at that point was because I did not personify visually
the kampung girl,
a Malay woman, and I was so upset because at that point did I realize now that how I look is going to somehow affect my work.
The roles that you get.
You know what I mean? Because I've always been Malay. I mean, I always thought of myself as Malay. I speak in Malay. I think as a Malay. And suddenly now, when I want to do something that I really am passionate about, somebody's telling me, well,
You're not Malay enough.
You're not Malay enough. You know, and I think at that point, I was so adamant that he saw that determination in me. And he was like, okay,
all right,
we'll give you a try. And I guess I never looked back after that. Yeah.
You have 3 beautiful daughters.
And I have 3 beautiful daughters.
Yes. What do you love the most about motherhood?
I think it's always, you know, sometimes you get to see wonderful pockets of your reflection in all your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they mirror you in so many ways, in so many facets that you some that you don't like, and some that you like, you know, that you love and that you remember. And I think it's just, with my girls especially, I think they are all very artistically inclined as well, like the mother. So we have a lot of common interests. You know, we talk about films, we talk about drama, we talk about life, because it always, you know, it always comes back to that, isn't it, when we perform. And yeah, so the father is not, I don't know. He's a finance guy, so he's like, okay, how do I make sure my kids
become accountants?
Well, if they're going to be, you know, artists, you know, make sure that they're okay. You know what I mean?
What actually keeps you busy and happy?
Oh, I lead a very boring life. I try and catch up with friends when I can. Most of the time it's really, I catch up with my books, I'm reading, I watch a lot of films. I'm a very homebody, so I stay at home a lot. I don't really go out, don't really, you know, I guess when I was a kid lah, I never socialized much.
So what's in the future for you? Do you have any movies or projects coming out?
I have I did a film 4 years ago titled Hanyut with Yue Hajisari, who directed me in Perempuan Istri dan Jalang. We are still waiting for that film to come out. Yeah, but yeah, looking forward to that film coming out on screen. We just finished Theatre Kompilasi Namron in Singapore a couple of months ago, and we're hoping to restage it again perhaps towards the end of the year or in January, early next year. And I think as an actor, you're always looking out for, you know, projects.